Hi, everybody. We are live. 2020, a new year. Got the news. A new year, my here. A new year, my here. 2020, a new decade. I'm
New
excited
decade.
for
I mean,
one.
Happy New Year's to everybody.
Happy New Year to everybody, all of our viewers, everybody watching on playback. This is a pre-game show for the Manchester United game, and I'm excited. We have to one of these days, my here. We have to actually win one of these games.
I think it's taken us 15 matches since we lost one game. So that feeling, like, where's it gone, man? Like, guys,
Yeah,
can
we
somebody
want
explain to
we
me?
we want that winning feeling back. So let's have it today. And
Of
what
course.
better time than a new year, a new decade? Once again, happy New Year to everybody, all of the viewers. Everybody has come on this crazy ride with us. Really, really appreciate it. And we're going from strength to strength. We're strongly into our second season here. And let's just look at some of the results from earlier. Brighton won, Chelsea won. Aston Villa beat Burnley 2-1 with a Jack Grealish goal. And Grealish is the type of player that I'd like us to go after in January. Leicester go on again and win 3-0. Um, we'll save the best for last. Watford won 2-1 versus Wolves. Another player I'd like to get, Decore, scored today. And right now, Manchester City are leading 2-0 against Everton, and Norwich are leading against Crystal Palace 1-0, and West Ham are leading 4-0 against Bournemouth. But the result that we're all laughing about a little bit, and yes, we might be pretty bad right now, but we can still laugh at others, Mahir. Um, Jose Mourinho's
Of
Tottenham
course.
losing 1-0 to Southampton.
I mean, can we, you know what I'd love to see, Ray, and all our subscribers? You know what I'd love to see tonight, though? I would love to see a convincing performance. Did you see the way Southampton played? They played their hearts out
Yeah,
for 90 minutes.
yeah,
90 minutes.
and
It's the
Brighton
same
too.
thing. 1 0, 1-0 early goal, and just being able to throw absolutely everything at defending that 1-0. Could have possibly even made it 2.
And we were, and this is what I wanted to do. We're going to announce the lineups when they come out in 7 minutes from now. But I wanted to get on. We always get on early before the lineups are announced, so we can talk about the game before the lineups come out. And I hope you have done your homework and have your predicted lineup ready to go. But one thing I wanted to talk about was the Chelsea game. As we talked about in our podcast on Sunday, we are not clever enough. We're not streetwise enough to take these yellow cards in critical situations. I'm thinking Mustafi for that second goal. Before you even get into the box, go and challenge that player on the edge of the circle, the center circle, not our penalty circle. Um, so the thing that everyone will say, Mahir, first is you have to earn the right to play first. You want to take that point and go with it. You have to earn the right to play.
Okay, let me run with that. Yes, you have to earn your way to play. I'm saying basically what happened with him, no excuses. I am not an excuse person. That guy who makes excuses. All I'm saying is, at certain times, like Ray saying, make the challenge. Make the challenge early when you spot the danger. Don't leave it because I feel he left it too late until there was like it's too late. It's beyond breaking point. If he makes a tackle within in the box, it could be a free kick, could be a penalty. Quickly, it
Yeah.
could turn like that, just like that. And I mean, like Ray saying, make the challenge early, find out the danger early enough, rather on the outside. Eliminate that threat one time, then to let it
Yeah.
become too late.
I'm reminded the early years of Arsene Wenger. we were actually called a dirty team. We weren't quite a dirty team. We played some great football, but the fact that we were called dirty team was because we knew those players knew when to take a yellow card, when to throw in a challenge and stop play. If we were being dominated, they would break up the game that way, and that's what Chelsea did to us on Sunday. Chelsea got stuck into us. We were on top now here for the first 25 minutes, and hopefully we're going to see that again today. That we're going to have our periods, our spells, where we're playing really, really well. I hope we start very, very well as well. But Chelsea, with that experience, and they have some veterans in their team like Willian, Aspilicueta, players like that who know they've been around. They know when to put a challenge in. There was that period we talked about in the podcast where we had around the 30-minute mark, there was about three consecutive fouls that Chelsea players were making on us in their own half. And yes, they picked up yellow cards for it, but they stemmed the tide. They turned the game in their favor. And realistically, in the second half, they had a lot of possession and were dangerous against us. Now, did Chelsea threaten us so much? Not so much. And we can talk about the referee till the cows come home, as they say. But they had their possession and eventually rode their luck and got on top of us.
Do you think fitness is going to play a big part in the game today, the game tonight? Well, within
Yeah,
a few minutes.
fitness is definitely going to be a big part in the game today. So I'm
To be
just
honest with
checking.
you,
The teams have been announced. Okay, so we have a 4-2-3-1. This is Arsenal and Bernd Leno, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Socrates, David Luiz. Kolasinac is back.
so,
So
okay,
Kolasinac is back. I had the exact same back four except for Saka. I was going to put in there, but Kolasinac
yeah.
is back, and I had Torreira and Xhaka in midfield. So that's who's playing, and I had also Mesut Ozil is playing along with Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette. So I actually picked the exact same team except for Kolasinac, I left back. So we have Bern Leno, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Socrates, David Luiz, Kolasinac, Lucas Torreira, and Xhaka, which I think is a decent partnership. Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Pepe. Now, I think the big thing is Pepe. He's getting his chance. What do you want to see from Pepe?
I want to see explosiveness. You have to put your heart
Explosiveness,
into it.
and you know Arteta is going to demand that he tracks back as well. That helps his right back.
Well, we've come to a point where that is absolutely necessary in order for us to even stand a chance. I don't agree with a lot of these big mouthed United supporters saying we're going to get thrashed tonight, because I do not think that is the case. But then again, it depends on what Arsenal turns up. What team of ours is going to turn up? Is it a team that absolutely loves just, playing for this year? This
Let
year.
let's let's go through the play for the badge exactly. That's what Arteta is going to demand. Let's go through the Manchester United team. David De Gea, Wan Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Fred and Matic in midfield. Daniel James, Jesse Lingard, Rashford, and Martial. Very, very dangerous players. And that's something that we're going to need to be protected against. This is going to be a cautious game as well because we do not want Martial, Lingard, and Rashford attacking our back four too much. And we're going to have to be able to go forward and withstand all of that. It's going to be a very, very close game. But my prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Arsenal. I think that we can have a good start and we can probably learn a little bit from that Chelsea game, push forward and get that win. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Did you hear the Manchester United team?
Chelsea, right? We could have been. in possible for top four. But right now, this is a must win. I can't stress this enough, guys.
Um,
A must win.
let's get into the substitutes as well. So the substitutes are going to be Ceballos,
My
Rob
beard
Hold,
off.
Rob Holding, Reese Nelson, Martinez, Joe Willock, Guendouzi, and Saka. So Ceballos is back. Rob Holding is getting close as well to a starting berth, and Reese Nelson. I think Reese Nelson will have a part to play. I can't see Pepe playing the full game. I hear.
But I mean, what do you expect of a record signing? It's so much. Guys, don't mind the fireworks that are currently going off. It's not gunshots. Just no, I'm safe. Please, the co-host is safe.
New
But
Year's fireworks.
I mean, still, first of January, we need a win. I want to shut all these United supporters up. Even if it's 1-0,
Yeah.
please don't bottle it, guys. Please, you do not bottle this match tonight.
A win is going to be not imperative, but I think we really do need to get a win on the board. To have the players buy in to, we got a draw. We've been defeated by Chelsea, unluckily, and now we need to get a win. So, if the first three games of Arteta can be 4 points out of nine, that's not a bad start, provided we get the win today. So we're in 13th place right now after all of the games have been played and updated. 13th place. If we win today, we're going to go up to probably ninth place.
Just ahead of Sheffield
Ahead of
United.
ahead of Crystal Palace, just behind Sheffield United, and ahead of Everton. So it's going to be a slow process to get back towards the top. We are 4 points off of the bottom three. Only 4 points off the bottom three right now. Bournemouth sit on 20 points. We sit on 24. And I was talking to some people on Twitter today. Obviously, if we were to aim for a top four again, which sounds ridiculous, but it's pie in the sky for me. I believe it. But 71 points is what happened last year for fourth place. And for us to get to 71 points in the remaining 18 games, we would only be allowed to drop 7 points, which is pretty tough. But what we're seeing now here is Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham. All three of these teams not really consistent, not getting the results that they really need. So I'm thinking top for fourth place, you're going to be looking at the mid 60s in terms of points collection, and we're about 40 points away from the mid 60s right now. Crazily, by here, some people are actually talking just get to 40 points, get to 42 points first. You know what I mean? Get the 5 or 6 wins that we need out of 18.
Back to back, basically. I'm seeing the fact that maybe we should. It's again back to Europa. You understand? Like I don't like being an Arsenal as an Arsenal supporter having to say let's put all our eggs in one basket because it's very more looking more likely.
Same.
Special guest have said before, a big fish drops in, and we could so easily get slapped up, and that's another opportunity of
Yeah.
getting top four.
And another thing we talked about on Sunday's podcast, was the fact that we're kind of learning the hard way. The three games that Arteta will have taken in less than a week now, Bournemouth away from home, which is a tough fixture in itself, but then these two home games versus Chelsea and the home game against Manchester United, he's definitely going to have to learn on the fly a little bit.
Look, let's back our manager. We all know my thoughts. We all know your thoughts. We know Lung Camp and Noe and London Old School and Boots and everybody. I'd love to mention
I
everybody.
Robinson,
What
Stan the Man, Texas, Boots TX, Lumber Camp. Hope we don't get done on the counter, and that's a very real possibility. Who's going to have to have a good game because we know Torreira is going to have a good game. I can rely on Torreira. He's one of those players in midfield. But I really, really need Xhaka to be disciplined in this game. I don't think Manchester United's midfield are all that great, I hear, but they do have players who can side games like Martial. I really will pull all my hair out. I'll be bald the next time you see me if Lingard scores and does that dance. I don't want to see that today.
talking about?
And Rashford
You
as
can't
well will be dangerous.
something like that.
Um,
I don't
I'm
think
not
they're gonna
so much
allow.
worried about Daniel James. I think Daniel James can be contained, but I think the key player here is probably going to be Rashford for me.
Yeah, and possibly. Yeah,
I think Daniel James and Lingard can be contained. Martial and Rashford worry me a little bit, but we can also get at them. I think our best recipe for success today will be Arteta putting the team on the front foot and going forward. Possibly Arteta sees this as maybe a game where we're going to be playing a little bit on the counter attack, and that's why Pepe is in the team to give us that outlet, outball.
and one other guy I want to have is Ozil. I want Ozil to have a superb game like he had the last game versus Chelsea and the
Yeah,
previous game versus Bournemouth. He's
yeah.
been playing very well.
I'm going to
Guys,
be
now I'm
interested.
Ozil's biggest critic.
I'm going to
Uh,
be interested to see how Ozil combines with Pepe because in the
sure.
Chelsea game, he combined it down the right hand. He combined it down the right hand side with Nelson very well. And now we've got Pepe in there instead of Nelson. I'm wondering if Ozil will be able to maintain that partnership with the right wing that he did versus Chelsea. I also would like to see Ozil moving more into that inside right channel, so he can play the likes of Aubameyang in, Kolasinac in, and Lacazette. And you know what? I've just talked myself into this because he and Kolasinac, Ozil and Kolasinac are the best of friends. So I do think he'll be looking for his old mucker, Kolasinac, to play him in on the left hand side as well.
Yeah, knock up a few United players in case they want to start. Man. I don't want to have to go into work tomorrow coming over two back defeats. I mean, I see people like, oh my god, that's the worst. It's the worst. I want to in the face.
Yeah. It's a new year. It's a new decade. That's how we started out this podcast, this pre-game show. New game, new decade, new Arsenal, new coach. Players are learning new things, like actually fouling a player in the middle of the field to stop an attack. These are the things I'm going to be looking for. A couple of other things I'm looking for, here is for David Luiz to have a great game again. I don't think anyone can doubt that he played very, very well against Chelsea. But was he
Yeah,
motivated
this
to
big.
play well? Was he motivated to play well versus Chelsea? Will we see the same kind of performance from David Luiz versus Manchester United? Now, all of that remains to be seen. I'm
Hope
very,
so, bro.
very
Hope
encouraged though
so.
with what
Guys, this
Arteta.
is enough.
I'm very encouraged with what Arteta has done in just a week or 10 days.
You can change.
And you seem to be breaking up a little bit on the news. So we're going to cut this one a little bit short anyway. And he's dropped out. So I'm playing solo now for the remainder of the game. But listen, these are the things that I hope to see. Um, Arsenal players playing on the front foot. Arsenal players knowing when to tackle. Arsenal players being a little bit cynical because these are things that Manchester City, let's face it, have been doing for a couple of seasons now. Arsenal players being on the front foot, defending very well. I want to see Socrates and David Luiz playing well together, and I want to see Kolasinac. I hope we don't have the injury crisis that we've had before. I want to see Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Kolasinac supporting Pepe and Aubameyang. I want to see a big game from Lacazette today. It's a home game. We didn't quite see it. It didn't come off for him versus Chelsea on Sunday. So Lacazette is a player we can usually count on playing at home, especially. I'm kind of Mahir. I'm kind of advocating not having Lacazette play in the team away from home, but playing at home, he is a good player and he can step up. Want to see Pepe playing a good game,
Look,
and we know Torreira is going to play a good game, but I do want to see Xhaka being solid and playing a solid game alongside Torreira.
yeah, look, let's pray for the best. What's going to happen tonight? I would also say maybe to get Lacazette's confidence back rather than playing in the Premier League. Maybe Europa bagging a few goals, getting back to what he is. Because, I mean, I do love these players, especially strike force.
Yeah,
But a lot of the time, he can come up with something different. I have a feeling Arteta might come up with something different rather than playing the two of them together or playing a bombing wing. Because I feel with like a left winger like Martin, more chances are created.
yeah. What kind of players would you like to be recalled? Would you like Nketiah to be recalled? Would you like Saliba to be recalled here in January? These loan spells.
Hearing very good things about Saliba. So, but I think Saliba, not so much Nketiah. Maybe Nketiah needs to spend out another season on loan. I know we are short of striking options, but I feel he needs more time to develop at other. Like we've seen Reece Nelson, for example. He hit the ground running in the Bundesliga when he moved to was it Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
Then after that he died out, and I mean, right now there hasn't been many outstanding performances where I've said, "Wow, this really worked his socks off." I mean, even as a kid, but I expect to see heart. I expect to see consistency mostly.
And Nelson had one of his better games as well um,
I mean,
against Chelsea.
was
But
surprised.
to answer this question from Lumberg, actually from Mario Kart, um, Mustafi is not starting, so it's going to be Socrates and David Luiz, Mario Kart, um,
Yeah, it's not starting.
in central defense. But if anything happens, who's the next man up, Mahir? It's Mustafi. Are you watching the City game?
I am watching the City game with
2-1.
2 minutes Everton.
2-1 to City, right?
Yeah, 2-1 to City. Sorry, not to Everton.
Lombard camp, they've got no Pogba. Let's just pray Lingard doesn't turn into a Messi. And their midfielders are Fred and Matic. I don't believe that they're that great. Fred and Matic are not that great together.
Look, Matic is probably washed up.
Yeah,
And Fred, I mean, even when we didn't sell him, and then I realized how he's actually a very dead player. It almost reminds me of something like Granit Xhaka, for example.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like, I don't
Mario
feel they're going to
Kart,
threaten.
Mario Kart. Thank
I,
God that there's no Mustafi in the starting lineup. Um, and Lingard, they are more Actually, Manchester United are more dangerous away from home without Pogba. And they play very much in a counter-attacking style. So what we're going to see, I think at least it might mirror a little bit the Chelsea game. Solskjaer might have been watching that. They're going to let Arsenal come on to them a little bit. So I think we're going to actually start the game quite well. And it's just in terms of getting a first goal and then maybe killing it off, getting a second goal. I think the really, really important, Maher, probably the most important thing for the Chelsea game was Lacazette not taking that chance in the first half, the one where it's set up for him by Aubameyang.
he had opportunities like that versus Bournemouth as well, which means we
Because
should have
I
actually
know
won.
you said on Saturday or Sunday, you said, listen, the referee should not be determination of our results, and I disagreed with you because fine margins, the referees do interfere with games in a bad way as well as a good way. But listen, we'll close it out from here on in, and let's hope for a win today. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I think we'll get on top early, Manchester United. Hopefully, we get a 2-0 lead, and Manchester United may come back in the second half and grab a goal.
I'd love to go with a 3-1.
Even
Mine
though
will be
you
slightly
predicted
different.
2-1 earlier.
Yeah, 3-1. So 3-1 to us.
3-1.
And
Yeah. The thing
I
we
hope we
have
can
to
just.
be careful about is Manchester United playing on the counter attack.
I have a feeling W is going to put in another fantastic performance. Torreira the same, and Ozil as well. And the one person I'm praying that has a superb, like outstanding game, best game of his life, is going to have to be Kolasinac.
Yeah. And let's spare a thought also for Bern Leno. He will be hurting from that Chelsea mistake. And let's hope that I'm sure he's going to come back. I have no worries about Bern Leno between the sticks. One of our
9 out
better
of 10
players
times,
this season.
Leno saves us.
One of our better players this season. Mario Kart is going for a
Most
2-2
definitely.
draw. And look, even if it's draw, I think we would like to get a win, but let's not take another defeat at home. Two defeats in a row at the Emirates would be bad. Um, and some section of our supporters would be going hashtag Arteta out. I nearly said Emery out. Hashtag Arteta out, but we have to stand behind our coach. We're going to go till the end of the season. We'll see what happens. I, for one, am kind of confident we're going to get the win. Um, things that I'm looking for, as I said earlier, players just to play with their heads more because you have to earn the right to win any kind of Premier League game. Manchester United are going to come, they're going to set their stall out, and we have to be strong. We have to play well, but we also have to be physically commanding and get on top of them, get on top of the team, earn the right to win, and go ahead and win it. We have the players. We have Pepe. Hopefully, he can grab the goal. We have Lacazette and we have Aubameyang. And Mario Kart has said that Palace have just equalised. So I don't know what that does to the table, if anything. And but we'll close it out here now. Crystal Palace won. Okay, come on, you Gunners. Let's do this. We're going to get a win. We're pumped. Happy New Year to everybody, and we will see you soon. Come on, you Gooners. Up the Arsenal. Thanks for coming in, watching.